Hello, welcome back to another episode of Leointerviews. Today we have Michael here with us.
Good to see you, Leo. Thanks for having me on your show.
Yeah, of course. Let's go ahead and get into today's podcast. Tell me about you.
So I am almost 30 years as a psychotherapist, graduate degree in transpersonal counseling psychology, postgraduate studies in somatic or body psychology, and I've been spending 25 of those almost 30 years as a coach, working with couples, individuals, I run co-lead men's groups, and all kinds of cool things like that.
Perfect. Yeah, so tell me more about that.
So I can share with you some of the work I do if that's what you're asking. That's cool.
Sure. Yeah, I'd love to hear that.
So one of the things I do is I co-lead a men's group with J.C. Glick.
Mm-hmm.
J.C. Glick is a former Army Ranger, 11 combat tours. He runs an organization called the Commit Foundation, which helps veterans transition from active duty to the civilian world, which is cool. He could be a great guest for you, I think, sometime in the near future. But what we help our men do is become more resilient. One of the things that I'm kind of known for in the space is resilience optimized. How do we make humans, but in this case, because this is a men's group, more resilient? And that's physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually.
Cool. Yeah, so kind of similar to what my dad does with his founder dads.
Very similar to what your father does. Yeah, he has a very particular niche. Obviously, he works with men who own multi-million-dollar businesses, so they spend more time with their families and improve their health and well-being, all the kind of good stuff. I do work with men in that space, but my audience, my clientele is also not just entrepreneurs or business owners. I also work with a lot of former military people and other high performers as well.
What is your biggest challenge in business and how did you overcome it?
Wow. Actually, I can share with you Nikki, who you know. That's how I know you and your father through Nikki Baloo.
Mm-hmm.
My biggest challenge is I've been doing this for about 30 years. And a couple of years ago, due to changing life situations, I ended up hitting the road and traveling for a couple of years. I was kind of nomadic, traveling around the United States and South America. And what occurred at the time was, up until then, I had free flow of clients. Like I had a great referral sources. I had a lot of doctors actually refer me a lot of clients. I had organizations that I worked for. I worked for SEALFIT. I worked for Commander Mark Devine at SEALFIT. I worked for Dan Cirillo, another SEAL at Spartan 7. I worked for Dr. Micah Hamilton and Dr. Jen Stickler at Appear Zoe. So I had a flush of clients coming in all the place. But when I hit the road, a lot of that stuff dried up. Contracts came to an end, et cetera, et cetera. And I was like, wow, to be honest with you, I don't know how to build a business. Everything just seemed, till that point, just came to me really easily. I got to do the work. I didn't have to do the business side. So I ended up working with Nikki at the E-Circle. That's where I met my father. And, Nikki has taught me how to, kind of grow on the business side of growing the business side, how to do marketing and advertising and become the thought leader that you are and, get more clients coming in. So that was a whole new area for me because, like I said, I never really had to market myself in the past for like 28 years.
Yeah, I know it's probably gonna. It's like when you go to like make a lemonade stand, right? It's like, okay, yeah, your guardian or whoever, they give you money so that you can go buy the materials you need, right? But then when it comes to actually trying to sell the lemons or lemonade, right? It's like, wow, this is hard. like if you're a good tip, don't sell lemonade during winter. Lemonade's good, but only during the summer. That's when lemonade's the best.
But hot chocolate, I like it.
Oh yeah, yeah. But like that, like shift of going from it's just coming to me, then rather than like, wow, actually trying to like sell the lemonade.
Yeah, and it was an interesting experience for me. It took me a good minute at a time to learn this kind of new way of doing these things. Because as I shared with you a couple minutes ago, I never had to worry about it. I never had to market myself. I just did what I did, and I loved it. But now I have to learn new things, which is okay. Nothing wrong with learning new things.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nikki.
Yeah. Thank you, Nikki, for also giving me that amazing E-Circle shirt as well.
Nice.
Yeah. And if I know anything about learning, is that learning is usually always a good thing.
100%. I think it's important for everyone, whether you're young or middle-aged or older person, to have a mindset that you are a lifelong learner. Now, your formal education might come to an end after high school or after college, after graduate school, but I think, you should always consider yourself a learner and take every opportunity you can to learn new things.
Yeah.
Your mind is good for the brain.
Yeah. It's like trying that your aunt's casserole at Thanksgiving, and it has hairs in it. It's like bubbling, and you're trying to you're just putting your fork. You're like, what is that? So hey, we'll recommend maybe trying something that I described like that, but always try new foods. And
Actually, do you do that yourself? Do you like to try new foods?
Sometimes, but most of the times I'm like, I don't want no potato hair bubbling casserole. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm just gonna stick to the gravy, cookies, and the pie.
All right. Well, it's Thanksgiving. That's good. It's cool. What do you have favorite foods?
Oh, we can make a whole nother podcast about foods. When you said that question, we're just at the tippity top of the iceberg. I have a whole chain reaction of foods that just is one perfect, or as what I like to call it, the best foods ever.
What are your two top favorite, at least?
Two top favorite? I would say my top favorite foods, I think the number one would have to be sushi. I just love, yeah, there we go. Come on, yeah. I love sushi. I don't care what you say about it. No, I don't care what you say. Sushi is the best. At number two, I mean, I have to put, I guess, pretty much all the meats. I mean, can't go wrong with that. Maybe like pizza, yeah, lasagna, etc. But sushi at the top.
Man after my own heart. Sushi is my favorite, and I'd say if I add another, not necessarily ethnic group, but steak is also my second favorite after sushi.
Hey, we might make a whole nother podcast just talking about foods. Yeah,
that's awesome. Because you tried, when we were together in Toronto, you tried the Persian food.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that was amazing. I mean, we would just, trust me, if you left me stranded for 24 hours on an empty stomach and then put me in that restaurant, it would just be gone. I mean, I would probably eat the stoves as well. I mean, this is just amazing.
Yeah, Persian food is really, really good.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I found a secret technique where you put the chicken next to the rice, and then you eat the rice, but most of that rice, the chicken absorbs the flavor, and then you get like super powered chicken. I don't know. Yeah. So something close to that.
Nice. Yeah. That sounds like fun.
Oh, yeah. It tastes good as well. Amazing. Yeah. What is the biggest piece of financial advice that you could give to the younger generation?
That's a great question. So I'll give a piece of advice that my grandmother gave me when I was a little kid. When you get a job with what you're capable of doing, depending on what age you are, but work is important. Because it provides discipline and structure, and you learn a lot of how to interact with other human beings. There's a lot of benefits for working, but always take a small percentage, whatever that happens to be, maybe 10%, 15, 20, 25% of whatever you earn every other week from your paycheck or however you're paid, and stick it in a savings account. Put it aside. Don't spend it.
Yeah.
It's really important to learn the discipline, financial discipline, and put it aside so you have it for a rainy day. And depending on what age you get to, like maybe you need to buy a car, maybe you need to go to college, buy yourself some clothes, whatever the thing is, then you'll have some money to do those kind of things. Mm-hmm. And also, maybe not as a little kid, but as you get into your late teens, early 20s, you learn how to invest. Have a conversation with your father what to invest in, but talk to an expert on how to invest, and put some of your money in investments too, because you'll just learn a lot of money over the long haul. So save money, put percentage aside, and at a proper age, learn how to invest some of that money.
Yeah,
that's a gift.
I haven't played the game, but I've seen this game. This game makes sense in a bit. Basically, you don't sell lemonade, you sell lemons. And so lemons is the main thing, but you sell lemonade and all this other stuff, right? Well, you make so much money that not only do you make a lemon dash, which is Uber Eats, but lemons,
Okay.
you also make a lemon depositation center, a lemon depot. Then you make it to lemon stocks, and you just invest in your own company.
All right.
That's a good thing to invest in, because always invest in God and yourself.
I like that. That's great choices there. Yeah. A lot.
But I would say always invest in lemon stock if you ever create that one day. I don't know. Why am I bringing up lemons? Zero idea.
That's
Welcome
right.
to the mind of an 11-year-old.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah. But always save and invest. Key skill.
Yeah. So, let me ask you a similar question. Like, what do you imagine for yourself as a good use of your money? Not spending it. I mean, spend it on what you want, but like, if you have extra money coming in, what do you do with it personally?
If I had extra money coming in, see, most of the times people think saving or investing is putting it in a piggy bank and, having good, I guess the thing do its thing, right? Money, just have it do its thing, right? Well, there's a secret way to invest.
What's that?
/ save, because it's something called a little merchandise. I would use that extra money to make brand new hats available. You guys can buy this hat at Leointerviews.com, depending on when this video comes out.
Nice.
But yeah, so amazing hats. But I could make T-shirts, shorts, basically all of it. And if people, it's kind of a gamble, because the thing is, people are either gonna buy it or not buy it.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, maybe invest in like two different hats or 2 different types of hats, right? But you don't want to go like, okay, shirts, and you blow all the money and then no one spends it. With the rest of the money, I'd maybe go buy some food, like candy bar or something.
All right. Well, once your hat is available online, send me a link. So I can
yeah.
hats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if you also want to make sure that you're double, triple checked on when we make, or when the hat is live at Leointerviews.com, you can go ahead, subscribe to us, and turn on the bell button, because I'll make a post when it is live. And yeah, it's gonna take maybe like a week or 2, maybe multiple weeks. I don't know. We still haven't figured out how to buy like 120 bajillion of these. Okay. And then but we're thinking of some strategies. But yeah.
You and your dad will figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we could. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, it's that time of the podcast again, because not only do we got to promote Leointerviews Academy, which I'll talk about here in a second, but we also have to help people who come on the podcast. So there may be website, links, socials, or really just anything where people can find out more about you.
Thank you, Leo. I appreciate that. My website is Michael, Michael, the letter D, David, but it's just the letter D. My last name, Ostrolenk, OSTROLENK.com. And it has all the work I do with couples and individuals, and my men's work. I run something called Team Foodishin, which we can talk about if you'd like to. My corporate, I do corporate work as well. That's all on there. And for other people who are on other social platforms, I'm on Substack under my name. I'm on Twitter. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Facebook, and I'm on Instagram.
Cool.
So you post there. I post almost daily on the different platforms.
Perfect. All right. Well, if you want to be entered into a special feature, other than just the hats,
okay,
you can do that. To enter, you gotta just tag us on Instagram. Yeah, because we have an Instagram, and we actually post. So yeah, tag us on Instagram, and you'll get a special secret item.
All right, I'll look for you on Instagram later today.
Perfect. Yeah, of course. And you guys watching, you can also find us on Spotify, or pretty much, I guess, like half of the place where you get all your podcasts from. Yeah, we're currently expanding, but yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Well, as always, Leointerviews Academy likes to tell a story, and it's the story of this. Long ago, in a deep, vast ocean. Shut up! I thought we were gonna skip that part. Fine, we'll get to today then. All right, yeah. So basically, present day, so much technology. People can communicate to people whenever they like, but if kids talk to each other, it's usually for video game reasons or something to do with school, right? It's never like they get on a podcast and they're like, all right, sure, I'll tell my name, my whole identity, my IP address, right, with some stranger I don't know about on a podcast, right? Well, the thing is, today there were so many ways to communicate, yet like sometimes even through virtual, it's hard for kids to communicate, and when they go to real life, it's like they're hiding behind their parents, they're shrugging, they're like, hi, okay, hi, I'm gonna go this way now. And there's not, they don't have a firm handshake, they don't look people in the eye, they don't really have that connection when someone's talking to someone. And another thing is, like, I'm homeschooled, and people think, oh, homeschooled kids are socially awkward, they're gonna grow up to be, I don't know, something, right? Well, I feel like people get that wrong. I feel like it's the opposite. And nothing to public school or private school kids, but most of the times it's some of the kids who are around people who, just don't really, I guess, find, or, what I mean, they're not outgoing, and they just stay behind and chat virtual. If they go up to someone, it's just because that's the only person they know. They just stay inside their like little bubble. Yeah. And so Leointerviews Academy hopes that, because we teach our kids how to build confidence, how to actually make real world skills, and how to build real connections. And you can start now with a 14-day free trial. Afterwards, we'll charge you for once the free trial ends, then you'll have to start paying $97, but good price. Speaking of, we just got our first sale yesterday night, so I was happy. We'll get the money. Let's see if I do my math correctly. 13 to 12 days from this day. So yeah, somewhere around there. But yeah.
All those skills you just mentioned that are part of the Levio Academy are so important. And I don't see a lot of young people with those skills or capacity. I will say, I also agree with you on the homeschooling thing. I find homeschoolers have better social skills than a lot of kids who go to like public or government schools.
Yeah. And of course, real quick, before we get into the final question, you guys can find us on other podcasts. For instance, we were on, I think the Sean Lynch's podcast, the Infinite Income Podcast, or something close to that. I don't know. All the podcast names are kind of the same sometimes. It's like infinite or income, money, income podcast at the end because it has to be special, but everyone else already has that. But I don't know. So where you can just look us up on YouTube if you type podcast that has Leo Rivera, and you'll find us there. And we also just got on another podcast, our good friend Astro or Angel Martin. But you guys can find that on his channel, and maybe it'll be in the show notes or something. But yeah. Well, it's time for the final question. Are you ready?
Yes, sir. I'm ready.
Okay. In order for you to answer the question, there's a couple things that you must understand. All right.
Okay.
Okay. I'm about to mention two sodas right here. I'm about to mention two sodas, and you have to choose to drink one of them.
Okay.
All right. One of them is a Sprite. Drum roll. I always do a chaotic drum roll because you may like the other one. I don't know. They're both terrible options. We're not recommending these for your health. But last one is a Sprite. Pepsi versus Sprite. Which one are you choosing to drink? Both are terrible. Just drink water, kids.
So it's interesting. The last time I probably had a Coca-Cola product or a Pepsi product or Sprite was 1979 or 1980.
Wow.
My parents actually took it out of the house.
Good. Your parents are good.
Yeah, they took all the junk food. And this is a long time ago. This is in the late 70s, so it's a long time ago. They attended a workshop and came home and they removed all the fun but junk food from our house. So I literally have not drinking sodas, the two you mentioned, since then.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I would have to decline both.
Okay. You can just go for Team Water if you want.
I'll go for Team Water. Yeah.
Okay. Well, point for Team Water is 1. We're seeing how many points we can actually get for Team Water because we're just gonna keep track. But yeah, so currently it's still tied. I think 8 and 8 points. The first one's a 10. Hey, your vote still counts for Team Water, so that's a good thing. All yeah. Right. Well, as always, guys, hit the like button, smash subscribe, and click the bell button. And as always, it was nice chatting with you.
Thanks, Leo. Nice chatting with you as well.
Of course. Well, until next time, guys. Bye.